They just. I've been saying all year long. Last year, I was a little early on my prediction. I told y'all the team coming apart the seams. Well, it's happening this year.
Well, it's been interesting, Brett. So let me ask you this: so where do y'all go from here?
To the draft lottery.
Mm.
Okay, so if you go to the draft lottery, what are you
Mm-hmm.
looking to get out of the lottery?
Oh, okay. Am I the GM? Because if I'm the GM, I tell you what I would do. But
Well, I want to know what you would do because I mean, if you want to try and predict what Jerry gonna do, you can do that
I
too. But
I know I don't know. Jared drunk. He need to go home. The Dallas Cowboys. The biggest issue they have offensively is the offensive line. They sat for the better part of a decade. Now I know they've started drafting people. I know we got a couple young guys out there that are learning their way, but Dallas should have done this about 5 or 6 years ago before you had, your line age out or go to other teams as they're aging out, right? Dallas waited too long to revamp that front five up there, and now they're paying for it. Now that means the pass rush can get home. Now that means our blocks up front aren't good enough to get running backs through. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Hot take. I believe in Derrick Henry, so I believe Derrick Henry would have been able to surpass some of the obstacles with it because of his physicality and his power. But with the blocking schemes that the Dallas Cowboys currently run on the offensive end, I would argue that Derrick Henry might struggle in some games because it's piss poor blocking.
I
So
mean,
if I'm the GM, I work on off offensive side, I work on up front, and you need a running back. You need a real running back. You don't need to get nobody off no trash heaps. No offense to Zeke. No offense to Dalvin Cook. And we don't need project people. Like I know sometimes you can develop talent, and I know we talked about. I know Durante's hearing this. He's like, don't give them that out. So Durante, this is the time you need to join. So I don't give them a full out. But what I will say, sometimes you do need to develop talent, especially running backs and stuff. If they're not ready right out of college, right? Derrick Henry was ready right out of college. Zeke was ready.
Nah, he wasn't.
Well, I don't know, Byron. My man been laying people down for a minute. He just was he got drafted to a tough team. They had to build up around him to get the front ready. But like as far as his sheer athleticism, he's always been that athletic.
Yeah, but he wasn't starting over Murray at the time.
I mean, yeah, but they also didn't have a good offensive line at that time either.
Yeah, but he couldn't take the job from him. Yes, Murray was a better back than he was.
Well,
He was.
that particular year, yes, I'll give you that. But that was also a has been there. No offense to Murray.
Murray was toting that rock, bro.
I mean, Zeke was toting the rock at one point. Listen, Byron, what you tell us? When I need you, right?
Yeah, but Murray he was balling out those years with the Titans.
Yeah, they didn't have no quarterback and they didn't win nothing either. So you can ball and don't do nothing. I mean, that's tough. I don't know. So you use a season stat pattern. So you have to stack enough stats.
He was toting that rock, man. Don't try to deny.
I mean, the man was told the Rocky in the league. That's what they paid the man to do. Anyway, I digress. But Wes, to your point, I fix up front defensively. You just need a better scheme. I think you got good personnel. You just it's just bad scheme to me. I think you get people into better positions and you might actually have something. But the other thing they need to work on is discipline. But I don't know, Wes. We'll see who the Cowboys hire as a head coach. I mean, I'll be honest. If Jerry Jones would be willing to hire a GM, they might could do something. But it's Jerry Jones. Also, I'm tired of Jerry telling this stupid story about I don't like to fire coaches mid-season. Jerry, you got buyer's remorse because you fired a back-to-back Super Bowl winning head coach in Jimmy Johnson, and he tells a stupid story about Chan Gailey and his stupid story about Wade Phillips, and I'm like, bro. You feel bad because you were stupid enough to fire a back-to-back Super Bowl winning coach because your pride, right? And so now you try to transpose, Chan won't go do nothing. Wade Phillips won't go do nothing with that current team. And the only reason you feel bad about Wade Phillips is you hired Jason Garrett, who was perennially 8-8. except the 2 or 3 times he wasn't the in between years.
That's
So
your boy.
I don't, so he keeps repeating this. Well, I don't believe in Jerry. Just tell the people the man's contract expired. I ain't gonna fire the man. We're gonna let the contract expire. Don't ask me no more questions about this coach.
Well, I mean, he could do that. Byron, turn your phone volume down just a little bit. It's coming back to the mic. He could do that, and he will do that. But so you're gonna get a new coach. Are you gonna have a new quarterback?
If I'm the GM of the Dallas Cowboys, yes, I draft a quarterback for the future. Dak will be when we come back next season. Dak will be in season 9, right? They got him under contract for the next, I guess, 4 seasons, right? I think I'm thinking about that number right.
Good luck with that.
Well, yeah. But here's the thing, and y'all have said this. If you think you need to take time to develop a quarterback, you got a $60 million guy that can go up there, that at least has been to the playoffs a couple of times. You got somebody you don't have to immediately put your rookie quarterback, if you draft the guy, out there on Front Street to get hit. He could sit, he could learn. It'd probably be good for him. Now, if they have a really good head coach and some discipline in the building, I think it'll be fantastic. But do I think Dak Prescott, as currently constructed, is the answer for the Cowboys getting back to, I'm not even going to say Super Bowl, getting back to an NFC championship game? I don't know until I see the head coach and the offensive scheme. Now, if you bring somebody that's going to get the boys on one accord, they are disciplined, they're going to play together, you might have something. You got to address some of your schematic stuff and your personnel up front, like I said, on offense. But no, Wes, I'm looking to the future. I know they just signed the man to a big contract. I'm looking to the future. I can't even lie to y'all.
So Brent, I got another Cowboy question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that the Cowboys don't have discipline because of the fact that it's led by Jerry Jones? And I'll say that to say this. Is it that the culture is that you need to respect Jerry and not worry about anybody else, like your head coach and all of that? Because it seems like Jerry is the one that's demanding and respect. He's the one that always needs to be on the scene. Because they don't talk about Jerry, but they sure will talk about other folks. You know what I mean?
Well, yes and no. I think Jerry's a problem, but for a different reason. I'll tell you why. I've been doing some reading from people. Y'all might have seen this article, but like people that people that play, I know, Wes, because you don't like to read unless you're reading for a purpose. People that that's not a slight, y'all.
No, that's a fact. I ain't reading about the Cowboys. You catch me reading about the Cowboys, I'm having a bad day. I can tell you that right now.
But here's my thought process. It's not about respecting Jerry. The problem that they have as an organization is that there is no discipline from the top to the bottom. So you could have Jerry be on, because here's the thing. You could have Jerry be on his wimmishness, right? Because we know owners that are kind of crazy. Like Jim Irsay, no offense to Jim Irsay, I know he's struggling with an addiction, but Jim Irsay, pardon my expression, was a drunk running the team, and they managed to win a Super Bowl and go to another one in the last 20 years, right? And if Andrew Luck had actually had some protection, they might have had a chance to go to another one. Okay, they didn't protect him. All right, so okay. So it's not about respecting, but what I do think it is they lack discipline and accountability across the board. They have knucklehead penalties. Now, every team has penalties. Yes, that's true. But the Cowboys consistently have knucklehead. For the last 20 years, we've like led the league in offensive penalties, holding, false starts, and at the most inopportune of times, defensive holding. So we pass interference down the field at the most inopportune times. Yeah, other teams are penalized. I agree with that. Well, I mean, unless you're Kansas City. But I think it's a discipline problem. And the biggest thing is not respecting Jerry, but Jerry makes Dallas a spectacle. Byron talked about this because the man prints money. He don't care about winning because he make it. So the players said that when they leave Dallas, they go and they can go and work out at their new team facility. In Dallas, I don't know if y'all know this, but just like the locker room where they got the club that's in between the locker room and the field, so there's people drinking, eating wings and stuff, and they can watch the players go. When they go to work out, Wes, they go to put in their work. There are like fans taking tours. So like when I go back to Dallas, I ever make it back to AT&T and I do the tour, if they're in there working out that day, there's a place for me to walk by and look at them. It's almost like they go to team meetings. Or team meetings, you're going to the study film. figure out the tendencies for the week, how we're going to exploit the defense if we're on the offense side. If we're defensive players, how are we going to attack the offense? You in a meeting with your coaches and your other position players, and people are gawking at you through big glass. They're looking at you like you're zoo animals. Dallas will never win anything of value until they make football the priority. If you make football, the game, the priority. Now, I'm not saying you can't still do some of the stuff to make the money, right? But to Byron's point, and Byron has said this many times, Jerry just about the paper. So if he can keep printing the paper, he don't care. And because Dallas Cowboy fans are so rah-rah and they so much drink the Kool-Aid, Jerry gonna be able to continue to print money hand over fist. But if the fan base said, nah, we ain't giving you no more money. Yeah, we might watch a team and the jerseys we got, so we keep that. We ain't buy no more stuff. Some of us ain't coming to no more of the games till you turn the team around. Then Jerry Jones will be incentivized because he's hitting him in his pockets. He would then be incentivized to some degree to say, okay, it's got to be about the game of football. It doesn't matter who he could hire. Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is one of the greatest NFL coaches of all time. If they do not stop making the rest of the team a spectacle and a zoo, they will never win anything of importance. They'll continue to be mediocre.
So, with that being said, Gregory has an opinion. I don't think that this opinion will happen because Deion has said that he will not be a head coach in the NFL, but I'll read his comment. He said, I would bring in Deion Sanders as head coach and his son as quarterback, which I was going to ask you about. Shore up the O-line and get us some linebackers with some bricks in their back pockets and another wide receiver to offset CD. So do you think that Shedeur would come to Dallas?
Not, I'm gonna say this, not if he values winning.
Like, yeah, I mean, granted, he could be drafted, but Deion could.
Wes, listen, I got to interject real quick. Mm-hmm. If Archie Manning, with his no winning self, could get his son traded from the Chargers to New York, and he ain't have no hardware, you ain't telling me one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time can't make some noise and get his son moved that he get drafted by a team he don't want him on.
No, I agree with you. I don't know if he wants them to go to the Cowboys. I'll be honest with you.
Listen, if I'm prime, absolutely not. I want my son to go to the NFL and be successful. I want him to be a part of a team and an organization that values winning over everything.
Yeah,
winning and team. And I don't mean like, oh, okay, the Dallas Cowboys brand. I mean, no. The 53 men in this locker room, since you got your emergency quarterback. So the 53 men in this locker room, that's the team I'm talking about. Now, if you get to that point, then yeah, okay. But no, as currently constructed, if I'm prime, no, Shedeur, you can go almost anywhere, son. Don't go to Dallas. Jerry is not. Now, if Jerry said, hey, man, listen, Deion, let's say Deion brings it up to him, something similar to watches. Hey, man, listen, I like a good show, but when I want the boys to work, I want the boys to work. Because, the boys in Colorado, when they ready to put on a show, they put on a show. But when they come in for their meetings and stuff, it's not a whole lot of tomfoolery going on. They get into business, and they have NFL pros in there, legends in there, giving them the knowledge to be better on the field. Now, year one, year two, we see the progress, right? And Deion got a good shot if everything plays out just right. My man gonna be in this college football playoff, and who knows what happens from there, right? So, again, I don't know that Jerry could get on board with changing how he does the operations. And so for me, I wouldn't want Shedeur if we're going to waste him as an organization. Now, if we're going to make some changes and we're going to grow him and we use Dak as the bridge to get to Shedeur and we're going to then that's a different conversation. And then, yes, I would be on board with that. But no, for me, it's a no, Wes.